Hi and welcome to this week's Something for the Weekend. This is Jonathan.
And this is Tony.
Right, we're often asked from newcomers to the hobby and also for those of you that are trying to progress maybe from VHF, UHF operation as to what can I get for my money? I'm on a small budget. I've got, say, for example, £1,000 to spend.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a challenge really, isn't it, for us to begin with?
It is, but then we got thinking, actually, £1,000, that's a tidy sum of money and that you can do quite a lot with that.
Yeah, a fair bit. I mean, as you know, we've probably gone through numerous different radios, etc., tuners, power supplies, antennas, and it's kind of say we've got to a point now where we know what a package can do and what it can give you within the hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's quite a lot for your £1,000. So today we're going to go through a selection of items and, fingers crossed, meet the challenge set by you.
So if we pan this way, this is what we've come up with as a station for £1,000, and we think pretty much here you've got everything you could possibly want. So let's start with the big one. Let's start with the radio, Tony. We've got two options on the radio. We've got the FT452. So this is a used example, up at £599. We've got a couple of these in at the moment, but 450 is nice, entry level in many respects, but to performance-wise, they're fantastic. We can regale the story about Tango 32 Charlie again with a $250,000 QSOs from Christmas Island. But a 450 is a fantastic radio, and used, they're still very good value for money. Yeah,
I mean, as you said, if you are a newcomer to the hobby, the 450, simplicity of use, very, very easy to use. You've got standard function buttons, etc., to get into your menus. The selector knob you literally just rotate through to go through your menu options, give it a press and away you go. Good thing as well, built-in DSP for today's noisy environments.
Absolutely, and a built-in tuner with these.
Yeah, which as you know, the tuner is very good on these.
It's a very competent tuner in the 450D.
Nice one with this example is whether you are setting up your first shap on this used one is you do get a cover with it as well.
Yeah.
However, that is just on this one.
That is just on this particular one, just on this one that I happened to pick off the shelf. It did have the cover with it, so I thought I'd bring it.
I've got a feeling if we're going to meet this challenge, we probably won't include a cover.
No.
As a price, because it's going to be a tight one. It's been quite a tight challenge,
it has been
but I've got a feeling we probably can do it.
I think so.
Yeah.
So another option, if you want something a little bit smaller, maybe you want something that you can also go mobile or portable with. We also have the FT891. Same price, £599 in used. Of course, this is HF and 6 meters, 100 watts out. You don't get any internal ATU here, so you would either have to look at an antenna tuner separately or resonant antennas, and we'll come on to some options for those a little bit later as well.
Yeah, we can do that. I wouldn't like to fail at the start straight away, John.
No,
that's for sure.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so obviously you've got your radio.
Yeah.
So how are you going to power your radio? So nice, simple, effective option. The MyDEL branded MP-30. Now there's been different variations of these over the years. All the muchness, you have a variable voltage adjustment here. You've also got a notch filter, so with it being
switch mode.
A switch mode, that was the word I was looking for. A switch mode power supply. If there are any birdies present, you can just do this and obviously move them across.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem.
I have to say though, MP30, I mean, I've used one for years, I'm pretty sure you've used one for years as well, Tony. I've never had a birdie from one.
No.
They are very quiet, but if you do find one, and you're more likely to find one on the lower band, so maybe on top band, or even 80 meters, if you find one, just move it away.
Yeah, just go through. So pricing wise on this, $89.95 I believe.
It's been that price forever, and for that money, you can't get anything better.
No,
30 amp peak, 25 amps continuous, 13.8 volts.
That's true. So do you want to go on to the next option, Jonathan?
Yeah, should we go on to, let's think about antennas and coax.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of antenna options. Both revolve around the 50 meters of the Diploflex wire that we have available.
Okay, so this is fairly new to market for us, isn't it?
It is. Only in the last we've had it in sort of a large drum for a little while. We're now getting it supplied as a 50 meter length, which is much more usable. Let's be honest with you, if you don't want to be playing with antennas all the time, 50 metres is a nice length to be playing with. The 50 metre length of Diploflex is £32.50, and you can do a couple of options with it. So you can either make up a dipole using one of the dipole centres that we do, which are just over £6 these. So quite simply, you cut two lengths of your dipole, a quarter wave length long. Of course, you're only going to get one band typically out of a dipole. Unless it's for
Not
40.
true.
Unless it's for 40
Because
meters.
if you've got enough,
Oh, you could do a fan dipole.
you can do a fan dipole,
You could do a
exactly,
fan
which is,
dipole.
again, if you're using the 891, you can be resonant on each band as well.
Very
So,
true, very true. But with a single element on each side, you're only going to get one band. And then just an SO239 on the bottom. So that's one option if you want something centre fed. Hoist that up into a tree or even support it from the ends, and we've also included in our little package a couple of dog bone insulators, so perfect for the ends of dipoles. Two of those are going to cost you £2.52. There you go.
what was you looking at, Jonathan?
I was looking at my. No, I was just looking
Inspiration.
up into the distance. Inspiration, yeah. So that's one option. The other option is what we've been going on about for a little while, the end-fed half-wave. So this is the 49:1 transformer that you'd need, half wavelength of wire. On the lowest band you want to operate, so there's some suggested lengths there. So 40
These are
metres.
great. Yeah, I mean, we've got one of these on the roof here.
We do, and it works fantastically. I've got one at home. It does exactly what it says on the tin. 40 metres of wire is going to get you 80 and up. They just work.
And the good thing with these, under £50.
Under £50 and multi-band.
Yep.
That's the nice thing with those.
So that's all very well and good. However, is there any way of me checking to see if that antenna is going to be working?
Well, before we get that, we're getting some coax.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now we think about that.
Am I running too fast?
You
at
are.
the moment? Okay.
You are a little.
Let's go to the coax.
Let's go to the coax. So Ultraflex 7. We've sort of budgeted for about 20 metres, which we think is probably about right. 20 metres, it's going to cost you £40. It's priced at £2 a metre. Obviously, we do cut it to length, but for our sort of calculations here, we're figuring about 20 metres is going to be right. And also plugs for it.
Okay, so these are the beautiful Messi and Poloni Ultraflex 7 PL-259s. Now, these have come a long way from your £1.50 style. Grab a rally special PL-259.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Those grab a rally special PL-259s they're okay for indoor use, but you wouldn't want to use them outside. These I would have absolutely no issues in using outside at all. They are as waterproof as a PL-259 can ever be.
Can I be sure of that?
I'd still put some self-amalgamating tape around it.
Have you included that in the bill?
I have.
Oh, okay, that's good.
There you go.
That's
Some
good.
self-amalgamating tape. I'll get it out of the box. It's just self-amalgamating tape. I'm sure
Worth
we've all seen.
doing. In my stupidity, or probably just in my lack of knowledge at the time.
Naivety. Yeah.
Naivety, yes. Yeah. I did put up a G5RV and I didn't use any self-amalgamating tape.
And how wet did the coax get?
I will say that at one point the SWR did manage to get to a lovely around about 20 or so to 1.
Wow.
Everything looks fine. Check the connections, all look fine. This looks fine. Undid the PL-259 and let's just say it was a rush of water that came flowing out. So yeah, so definitely use the tape. That's for sure.
Use tape. What a lot of people don't appreciate is the braid on your piece of coax will wick water up. So even if you think that, all right, maybe, okay, my plug's got a bit wet, you can't see the damage that's doing to the coax because it will wick up the outside. The number of lengths of something like RG58 or Mini 8 that I've had to write off because it's got all the way up to the other end.
We've all made those mistakes, and you know that's one of the main things that we try and do at Martin Lynch and Sons is
make mistakes so you don't have to.
Yeah, we make the mistakes for you basically, and obviously we're dealing with a lot of amateurs during the day, and we hear a lot of stories, a lot of examples of where things have gone wrong and where they've gone right.
Yeah.
So we can relay that information to you, and as we always say, please discuss with us before you give us your money. Absolutely. It's always the best way because I've got a shed full of rubbish I don't need.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
We'll mention no names there.
Finally, a little bit of rope. Let's just mention that while we're still talking about antennas supporting the end. This is the Dyneema rope.
This is my favourite.
It's Tony's favourite rope ever.
And we all know why.
Is it because it's hanging up is it your mirror or your picture
frame? It is.
Frame?
It's because the wife is really happy that we've now got the mirror in the front room above the fireplace, and this is holding it up.
Fantastic.
So, breaking strain of around about 650 kilos, maybe 700 kilos.
It's strong.
You can hang a man with it. So this is the term I always use for it.
It's nice and strong. You get was it 200 foot on that?
It is 200 feet. Yeah.
200 feet on that little drum.
Okay.
And that is $32.95.
Okay, that's a good price.
Yeah. Sorry, I cut you off in your prime earlier. You wanted to move on to SWR meters.
No, I kind of did. Yeah, and to be honest, I was just getting really excited, and that's the problem. And I want to highlight that problem, is that when you are buying your first station, you can just rush in and get a bit overcome by it, a bit overwhelmed by it all, and just think, well, I've got the money, I've got the £1,000 saved up now, I'm going to buy this, and this. And I did exactly the same. So
yeah.
well done for slowing me down, basically.
That's all right. That's okay. All right, let's talk SWR meters, though. We do have included here the MyDEL SWR006. So this is nice. It's got 2 sensors. It will cover HF, VHF, UHF, so 1.8 megs through to 525.
That's great. It's all you're going to need, really.
It's all you're going to need.
Unless you buy a 9700.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
If you're only going to go up as far as 77s, it's absolutely perfect. Single needle, easy to use. Does what it says in the tin. It's got a little switch on the back, which you switch between the 2 sensors. When you plug it in, you can have the backlight on as well. What more do you need? Perfect for checking the SWR of your antennas.
$81.95.
$81.95.
Yeah,
good price.
So great price. And if you are buying one of these, obviously you're going to need
a small patch cable.
There we go.
So we've got these pre-made patch cables. This is 1/2 meter. We also do them a meter in length. This one is £8.45 for.
It is a strange price, but
I
like it.
Yeah, we'll run with it.
Yep.
So 1/2 meter patch cable, perfect, just going between the SWR meter and the radio of your choice.
Or alternatively, if you did want to buy a bit more of the M&P Ultraflex 7, you can do, but obviously your price is going to increase a little bit with the patch leads. But we do ready-made patch leads with M&P now.
We do, yes. 1/2 meter, 1 meter, or a 10 meter length.
Nice. Okay, so I've got most of the items I need for my station.
Yeah, one final thing you might want to consider, just for testing purposes, maybe you're going to get into CW and want to start trying to play with CW without transmitting. Probably a good idea to have a dummy load in the shack. Got a little 30 watt dummy load, sorry. It'll be all right for 100 watts very temporarily, but you don't want to be transmitting continuously. I think the rate of 15 watts continuous.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those items that you really should, that along with the meter, that you really should have in your shack. You know, any form of testing you're going to do, it's always best do it that way. Keep it safe, keep the signal off the air, and do the job properly.
Absolutely.
So that's great. So have we met the challenge? That's the main thing. I mean, I wasn't actually keeping note of the numbers there. Hopefully Henry was popping the prices up on the video as we were doing.
Fingers crossed. Well, we had a little tot up, and everything you see on the table, obviously 450 or 891, not both.
No, you're not going to get
either or. You get everything on the table for £990 and 19 pence plus delivery.
That's not bad, is it?
That's not bad.
So we in a way we've kind of failed.
If you come to the store,
we've met the challenge that you've set us. If we need to ship it to us, I'll tell you what, as we normally do, if you're buying a bundle deal,
we can
sort something out for under shipping, which means that we do pass that test.
Fantastic.
Which is great. Now, there was a secondary test that was asked during the week. So I've got a guy, he's got his HF station, etc. He doesn't do much VHF, UHF operating. However, a few mates have gone onto the local repeater.
Yeah.
He wants to go in the car. He doesn't want to do the old handheld rubber duck out the window kind of driving
We've all done that.
Exactly. So can he get onto 2 meters or 70 sems, or both preferably, for under £100 in the car?
Yes.
What, that easy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
AnyTone AT-779. So this is the really small mobile from AnyTone, which we pre-program. So this comes pre-programmed with every UK FM repeater in it. It's a nice clear display and a nice DTMF microphone as well. Nice thing about this for mobile operation is it comes pre-wired with a cigarette lighter plug on the end of it. So you don't even have to worry about that. You just plug it in your cigarette lighter in your car and off you go. You'll get about 15 to 20 watts out of one of these on both bands. So more than enough for going into your local FM repeater.
So is this the one with the colour screen as well?
Yeah,
nice.
colour screen, absolutely.
Kind of the baby brother or sister of the ones that we use when we go up on.
Yeah, so the baby brother to the 778. Exactly so. Smaller form factor, easy to hide away. I know that John has run one of these for some time in his car. Yeah. So it's a really nice option. And then for antenna, we do a short little mag mount from Nagoya, which Tony's going to demonstrate right now. So nice thing about this is it comes pre-wired with a PL-259 on the end. It'll plug straight into the back of the AnyTone. Short whip, it's about half a metre in length, would you say, Tone? Yeah,
probably about 40 or so centimetres. It's a normal kind of stand with the kinks.
Exactly. Good for both bands. So the radio itself is £79.95. The antenna is £17.95. So you've got a total there at £97.90.
So if they come and collect?
If they come and collect, under £100.
We've hit the challenge again.
There we go. I'm liking this.
We did well there.
I think we did all right.
In fact, it's been quite pleasing to try and manage to get a whole package together under a figure.
Yeah.
So if you have got any other requests i.e. you want to go on, say, put up a Yagi, or you might want to go onto digital modes, maybe go on to D-Star, etc., and want a sort of fully portable solution for it, and you've got a budget in mind, please email in, sales@hamradio.co.uk, or just give the guys a call.
Yeah, and we'll see what we can do for you.
Yeah, and go from there. Anything else you'd like to add at all this week, Jonathan?
I don't think so. It's been a busy week. The sun's shining at the moment. It's been windy this week as well. So
It's a strange one.
It's been a strange weather week.
Big thank you as well to everyone who watched the live broadcast on Saturday. You've got me again this weekend.
Well, hey, excellent.
We say excellent.
Oh, that means I've got a day off.
It does mean you've got a day off, exactly. And obviously with your upcoming good news at some point, you may have me for a lot more Saturdays. Yeah, just a few more. Just a few more. So for those that don't know, obviously Jonathan has a little one on the way with his wife.
I do.
And we're just kind of fingers crossed as to when he made this.
September.
September. September.
That's what we're hoping for.
You're hoping for September.
Yeah.
It's going to be August now. So, yeah, we will try and do some rotation on the Saturday live videos as well if we can do. And obviously the normal SFTW videos during the week.
Absolutely.
And happy birthday to the big man. Belated birthday wishes to you.
And you had a birthday recently as well.
That was the other week.
I know it was, but even so.
No, it's all about Martin now. Yeah, missed out on that.
Dan had a birthday.
Yeah, and Dan had a birthday. Happy birthday to Dan as well. Right, we'll leave it there, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
No problem. Take care and thanks for watching again.
Bye-bye.